Hello all. Alright, as you well know, I have said for years that I thought that life is worth more than just letting it go to hell on a planet that killed itself with life. Not only did it make life, but it also kills life. So what's the purpose? There's got to be some more purpose that doesn't involve corporate religions. Now, spirituality in each individual person, I understand. So, but this is very, very interesting, and this goes exactly to what I'm saying. This may or may be just nothing, but I want you to look at these two photographs. All right, this one here is over 100 years old. This one here is present. What you guys just tell me what you think. I mean, you think about it. If there's like 1 trillion or 2 trillion humans in a matter of time, a set matter of time, thousands and thousands of years, and wouldn't there be just 1 or 2 humans that don't age, really? We're all trying here in the environmental movement, we're all trying to wake up people to realize what's happening on the planet and how we're using it up so fast. But what do you guys think about the two photos? You tell me. They're calling it a conspiracy theory. That's fine. Both have braids. Both have, well, anyway, I'm not going to talk about it too much. I just thought that was fascinating. So today, oh, by the way, I really appreciate all the comments on the last videos. You guys are great. I certainly do appreciate it, and I have a full realization of what I have to do to keep from getting cancer. Food, definitely turmeric and black pepper and cruciferous vegetables and all the whole thing. Studied it, have been doing it for years. Exercise, stretching, everything. I've just put so much time into studying cancer, since I am now actually a cancer survival, kind of, just barely, just little bitty one. It'll never bother me anymore. In fact, I think I'm gonna get rid of it altogether. It's so last year. Sand. Yes, we're going to talk about sand today. 1 ton of cement needs 7 tons of sand. So this is just part of how we're using up our planet so quickly. China, in less than 3 years, used 6.6 gigatons of cement in just little less than 3 years. That's from 2011 to 2013. I want to show you this chart of usage. That's China at the top. You'll notice that China is on the world's biggest building boom ever seen on this planet. So in comparison, the US used 4.5 gigatons of cement in the last 20th century altogether. Now let's talk about the quality of sand, because it matters. If you know that there's undersea sand, there's beach sand, there's river sand, and there's desert sand. All sands aren't created equal. Desert sand cannot be used in construction. Why? Because it's not the right shape, type, and it has too many weak ingredients in it. The best sand for construction is river sand. So as you can imagine, the only way this building boom can happen is if we completely remove all the sand that's in the rivers. This sand is excellent because it's semi-rounded, but it comes from the top of the mountain and is a very good, strong aggregate. Now, beach sand, which is also being used, needs a lot of cleaning for it to be used because of the contaminants that are in there. Pieces of plastic, everything that washes down the river gets turned into sand, and it's not the ideal building materials. But in other parts of the world other than the US, the UK, and maybe Australia, sand off the beach is used. Now, sand in the ocean is also used, and they're stealing it. In fact, there's a whole sand mafia. stealing sand around the world. They bring in a ship, they lower down a huge suction hose, and they suck up all the sand. This erodes the beaches, and that is why you're seeing so much erosion around the world. Not only is the sea level rise, but the stealing of sand. Why is sand so... another weed blower or something. I'll talk as long as I can. Sand is the second most used product on the planet. Water is the first. How much sand does the world use per year? How about 50 billion tons? And how fast is sand mining growing? Oh yes, it's growing to keep up with the demand. 3 to 5% per year. Let's move away from all that nonsense. Well, there's another one coming up here, but we'll try this one here. Well, seems like we're going to be doing chainsawing today, and weed blowing, and car driving. But I think we might be able to finish up the video here. Yes, right here. So, the world's cement production between 2010 and 2018 is at 4.1 billion metric tons per year. So how do you make cement? Well, you need a whole bunch of ingredients now. It's kind of complicated. But sand, rock, or aggregate, and lime and other ingredients are poured in, baked into a very hot oven that heats up to 2,700 degrees, which bakes all this material together, and then it goes into grinders and it grinds it into powder, which is then cement. But it's very energy intensive. How energy intensive is it? The manufacturing of cement takes 6% of the world's energy. So a little bit shorter video today. There's another windstorm happening here in California, as we predicted there would be, which is causing fire danger again. So I've got to go look after people that can't get down elevators and that sort of thing. Make sure they're all right. So we'll just keep this kind of a semi-short video. And as you can see, we're using up our planet so fast that we almost need some kind of person, any kind of person, to save us. Even though there's so many of us trying. Whoever ends up being the savior, good for them. And let's hope that the planet pays attention to what's happening. It's unbelievable. I definitely do appreciate you guys' comments on the last video. That was very nice and kind of you. And Pink Barrio's not going anywhere. The videos will now continue.